So, you said there are four attributes of being. What are they?
Right, the four attributes of being are very clearly observable in young babies. So basically what I'm talking about is not a kind of it's not a great theoretical, crazy metaphysical concept. This is a very real thing that you can observe in others, you can observe in someone who's experiencing being, you can observe in newborn babies. And I should also say that, of course, in one sense, we're all being. You can't not be as long as you're being a human being, you're being. But I'm talking about four particular attributes that are seen in a newborn baby that I feel we lose contact with as we grow up and as the personality starts to form. So what are those four attributes? So the first one is stillness. Now, stillness is, I don't mean just physical stillness, I mean mental stillness. So when I described my opening, I told you that there was a kind of unhooking from the mind. Now, anybody who's had any meditation experience, or not even that, knows, I presume, what that feels like. So we're talking about the stillness of a calmness, a peace that pervades the experience of being human. So stillness is one aspect. The second one is feeling. Full feeling engagement with life. Now, as adults, we're all feeling. You're feeling at the moment. You're feeling that tabletop. You're feeling the itch in your toe, whatever. But there's a feeling that relates to emotions. And we have the possibility of closing off to certain feelings that we don't like. Now, why this happens and when this begins, we'll talk about later when we talk about the wound. But full feeling engagement with life is the opposite of that repression and cutting off from feelings. It's an absolute openness. So whatever is happening in your life, whatever's happening for the baby lying in the room, is felt. If the mother comes in and picks her up, the warmth of the mother is felt, the love of the mother is felt. If there's no one in the room, the light in the room is seen and felt and experienced. So in other words, no experience is cut off from full feeling engagement with life.
And the third?
The third is choiceless awareness. So there's two types of awareness. There's personality awareness and choiceless awareness. Personality awareness obviously arises from the personality. Now, we're going to talk all about personality, and I write about it a lot in the book. But one thing the personality wants to do is survive. So basically anything that is presented to personality that is threatening to it, it doesn't want to encounter or confront. So it has a way of saying, I'll look at this, but I won't look at that. So personality awareness is selective. You can see this in someone who holds strong religious views. So anyone coming along presenting, perhaps very peacefully and carefully an opposing view, will be disregarded. The view will not be taken on and encountered and thought about. It will be just a wall will come down. So that's a strong example of personality awareness. By contrast, choiceless awareness doesn't do that. It's not selective, it's wide open. So whatever comes in, just as with feeling, with the baby in the room, the baby feels everything, its awareness will fall on everything. And as an adult, that's possible too, that we don't close off and close down the shutter to say, I'll look at that, but I don't look at that. I won't look at that. So that's choiceless awareness. There's no part of you choosing to say, I don't want to go there. I don't even want to think about that. And choiceless awareness in this inquiry is very important, because without it, you're not going to get very far. Because in this inquiry, in this journey, everything has to be seen. Everything in here, every part of your personality, of your life, has to be seen. Anything that's not seen is going to hold you back. So anyway, that's a little side issue. The fourth part is joy. So my wife was recently telling me a memory of when her daughter was a baby, and she used to come to the room to pick her up, and she could hear her in the room kind of making sounds and almost not singing, but, you know, gurgling sounds and kicking her feet. She'd see her kicking her feet, and it was just this joy of being alive. And it wasn't caused by anything other than just being alive and interacting with that room and that air that was going into her lungs and that light that was approaching the room. Of course, and when the mother comes in too, you know, there's joy and there's a love connection there. But the important thing is it's before even that. It's a relationship between the child or ourselves and life itself. So those are the 4 aspects of being.
Thank you.